Gonna pop up. There we go. Go. Yes. Hello, everyone. Oh, we'll see. I don't have a clue what this is. Oh, clear cut. Hmm.
You're on yard duty today.
Right.
There are several locomotive sets that need moving around. You climb aboard each one. I'll brief you on what's required.
Yard duty, huh?
This locomotive set has just been refreshed and refueled. Head out and hook them up to your next assigned train.
All right, Donald. What boots from are you wearing? So when I worked for the railroad, I wore um Ariat. Right now, where I'm at, Nucor, I wear Red Wing. Ariats. I forgot the model. There's a video on it. I think it's called like which boots. They're pretty expensive, man. Like they're like, well, I paid 270 for them when I got them. I think they're down. When I made the video, they were like 180 or something like that. But there may be some better boots now. You got to think this was in 2018. I'm sure there's some better ones now. They never. I still have them, and they're still good. I can put them on right now and wear them. Not putting a bell on. 3-day weekend. Yeah, man. I'm off until Saturday the 8th. I go back to work Saturday night the 8th. My things got slow. The new core and yeah, I'm taking advantage of every single day I have. That's why that's why I've made videos and I've been live. I'm gonna keep going live and starting streams and stuff because 2022 resolution is pretty much to be way more consistent on here. Am I not moving? No, that would help, wouldn't it? What am I gonna do? A button? I going into a shop for? No words. Okay, I'm just gonna. I don't know why it had me lined into a shop. That's weird. Just telling me to couple up to a train. Man, oh man. I don't know where y'all are at, but we're about to have tornadoes come through here. Y'all might see me get blown away off stream. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Donnie. I don't know why I was calling you Donald. Are you in Discord? Probably not. Oh, now I see Discord. I didn't even hear it go off. But no, it didn't click at first until just now. As soon as I saw white cobalt, I was like, oh wait, that's Donnie. I gotcha. I'll probably play this for a little bit, see who jumps in here and has questions, and I'll probably, I don't know, I might play Tarkov, I might race. I'll probably race so I can just get ill. Put some people in the wall. Only thing I look at, Donnie, right now is this freaking video you sent me. Oh, I see you, am I right? Yeah, I can. What I'm probably gonna do is, yo, Kayla, what's up? I'm probably gonna do is a swap, so I can put it in reverse, Donnie. I can put, you know, you got a reverser right here, so this is forward. You can put it in reverse and go backwards, but if I can explain this, I have to couple up here, couple up right here. That means we're gonna have to go out this way. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap ends. Get out. Back that off. That's not that off. I'm just gonna swap ends and then go from there. Head, you getting on Tarkov? Hope I did that right. I don't know if I did or not, actually. Oh, yeah. Good. Oh, wait, hang on. Wait, oh. That's the wrong one. Hello, Straight. What's up, man? Empty? Yes. That makes me nervous. I don't know what's up with that track up there. I'm good. We'll go right here. Caleb, is it raining at your house yet? If you're still in here? Maybe gone. I just thought of something. There's a video right there. What do those red and green mean? The middle engine dying? It's probably just engine in tow. So a lot of times you'll see like 2 or 3 or even 4 or 5 engines on a train, and it's either trains that are tore up and have to go to the repair shop, or they're there for backup in case something happens, or if they need more power, like they're running a really heavy train. Coming in hot. What do you want me to come back there for? Why? You probably want me to swap now. I've already done it. Oh, I did forget to do that. It is in neutral. Oh, handle in and out. Okay. It is in full service. Oh, it's. The hell? In real life, I'd say call me a van. Nobody wants to walk. Of the auto racks. Pieces of junk.
Having just arrived in Cumberland, these need taking over to the locomotive shop for refueling and refreshment. Be sure to disconnect them from the rest of the train first.
Lights on? Oh. Nice, you're not uncoupled, okay. Yes, what's up, man? How's CSX treating you? Yeah, dude. This shit. Good now. I know what I just did. Those are the generators. Don't let me move. Nope. Something ain't right. Why is there no... Where? What was that? Run the middle seat all day? That's fun. Oh. Sometimes it's hard to keep your eyes awake. Keep your eyes open though. I don't think Alerter does anything in this game. Wes, this is Train Sim World 2. I forget. Got a generator filled on or something. That's why right there. Yeah, changes the lead. Just for fun, what's a stupid way to get kicked out of training? I can tell you a funny way to get kicked out of training. Let's see. You think NS. Well, I don't know, a stupid way I could see them. Well, I'll tell you this. There was a guy that failed the hang test. I think that's a stupid way to get kicked out of training because you don't ride cars like they teach you in class. You just don't. Like, they want you to stand up there and hang off by one arm and have it. No. When I stood on top of that car, I literally wrapped my arms through it like I was hugging it. And I'd literally have to get up there and just get comfortable. Or I would step inside the car, like on the platform, if it's solid, I'd step inside of it and just ride. But, yeah, those guys are, I don't know, there's something else. Lead, save changes. Thank you. Ah, now we're moving. Needs to be thrown. How far? I gotta go all the way up here. A guy got fired also in class that couldn't lace air hoses. He couldn't figure it out. I don't know what happened or why, but that seems kind of stupid to me too. I mean, I know you lace air hoses, but eventually he's going to get it. Oh no, so straight, that was in my hiring session. His name, I was looking at the emails the other day. I can't remember what his name was. I'll say, no, it wasn't Mark. But he was like the senior HR guy. So they're in our hiring session. There was like 70 or 80 people. This is when I got hired in Florence, and did our little first 4-hour deal. They said, you know, you can take a break or whatever and come back in 15 minutes, go use the restroom or whatever. So I just sat there, and I was dipping at the time, so I just sat there, had it in my back pocket. I never got up, and um, whenever he got done, when everybody got done, everybody, a lot of people went outside and smoked, called their wives or whatever, kids and stuff. And Michael Larkin, that's his name, Michael Larkin. When everybody came back in, Michael was sitting up front, and he said, "If you went outside and smoked a cigarette, you might as well pack up your stuff and leave." He said, "Because every single one of you put on your resume that you did not use tobacco." And there was guys at the doors that was taking notes of who was walking in and out. So, thankfully, I never stood up because I didn't see the dip came in my back pocket. And shortly after that, uh, before I got up to leave, I pulled it out of my back pocket, put it in my front pocket, put my hand over it, and walked out. That was the hiring session that they actually hired me at too, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I wish I had that recorded because that's a true story. That's wild. Yeah, it is nuts. Like, looking back now, all the stuff that people do on the railroad, like, I don't know, we had some guys get fired down in Meridian. Um, they got fired for drinking PBR night at Applebee's, and that was because they were out of town at the hotel. They didn't fire them for drinking. What they did was they got drunk, and then they went back to the hotel, and the train master was there waiting and told them that they were on NS property and that they were drunk on property and fired them. Crazy. Florida, yeah, I would say so. You may be able to work. I think KCS crosses international borders. Pretty sure. I know CN, CP. A lot of them probably do as well. I don't know how that works though. I don't know if you'll stop before you cross the border, and swap out with a crew, or I'm not sure how all that works. But yeah, for sure. I just thought about though. Bet a lot of people have a question like right here. What does the red mean? So why is this one green in front of me, but why is that one red? I had that same question when I was new. I'm speeding. Flora for so NS hires dispatchers off the street, and what I mean by that is you don't have to have any type of experience. Um, Really, I don't know what they look for. I think I would be a great dispatcher. I even thought about doing it, but after talking and being friends with a bunch of dispatchers for NS, I'm just not going to go down that route. No, Nick, I haven't heard anything yet. I talked to a friend of mine named Rod, and he's got CSX got a referral program right now, and I think they're going to pay their COs $1,000 for a referral, and he's going to refer me to them. Yeah, straight. We had cameras in every locomotive we were in. Even on the KCS, some of the KCS engines would actually have cameras over here right above the conductor's seat. Then you'd have one either on back, like an NS engine would be back here on the back wall somewhere, or somewhere over in here. Then of course you always have this one right here that's looking out front. Yeah, Mike, that's right. Hopefully, is my delay? My delay better not be set back to 20 seconds. I'm gonna be upset. Yeah, begging for people. That seems right. That's fine. I'll go back. You know, my long-term goal isn't to be working for the railroad the rest of my life. I'm not going to retire from there. My main goal is to go out there and get the content that I really want to get. Try and turn this into a full-time ordeal. That's the goal. That's like 2023, 2024. Bill just got a job with BNSF. Starts in February. Any advice? I never worked with BNSF. I know they pay a crap ton of money, so congrats. That's awesome. Knowing some guys that work for BNSF, you know, it's seems to be a better company. But really, the main advice I give to anybody starting out is keep your head on a swivel. No such thing as stupid questions, and you know, just that's really about it. Just sit back and pick your conductor's brain. If you don't understand something, ask them, get them to explain it to you. Hopefully, you know, you're gonna have your good and your bad conductors. You're gonna have the ones that enjoy teaching and the other ones that don't. And you'll, you know, if you have a good one, be sure and pick their brain, because I love training people when I was there. Mm-mm. Okay, go up one more. Florida, I'm not sure if they cross the border or not. Um, I don't know. I said I don't know much about the trains crossing borders. I know they're heavily inspected, but that's really about it. Remember one time we had a train leave from. It originated in North Carolina. It was North Carolina. It was an intermodal train in the head end 6 cars. When we got on it in Chattanooga going back to Florence, there was a gray van and the typical stereotypical like Homeland Security type guy. He had big aviator sunglasses and a black mustache and a black Ford Explorer, or a silver Ford Explorer with blacked out windows. And he followed us. He followed the train from where it originated. I think it was North Carolina. And he followed it from North Carolina all the way to its final destination, which was in Rossville, Tennessee. And every train we went by, they had to visually inspect the head end 6 cars. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was Homeland Security or the CIA or the FBI. I don't know what was in those head end 6 cars in those trailers, but it was something very serious. So they watched us the whole way. Got unloaded in Rossville, and I don't know where it went after that. Huh. Did a little trickery right here, it seems like. NS gives an hour and a half. Once you get called, and I think CSX or BN gives 2 hours. I think. I'm not sure actually. I've heard somebody getting 2 hours. Or you could ask for a longer call notice, depending on where you live. But I think typically between an hour and a half and 2 hours. Mm-mm. Oh no, so like when I worked in Florence, they would call me to go work in Memphis. Um, from Memphis from my house is like 3.5, 4 hours. So what they do is they'll give you an hour and a half call time to wake up, do whatever you need to do. And then they call it a deadhead. So you'll actually deadhead from your home terminal to Memphis. And you can either drive your car or they'll actually call a van for you. And that time's all paid. So once you so they give you a set time. Like I think they give for Memphis it's 4 hours. That means or 3 hours. It's 3 hours. And when I get to Memphis, I can only work for 6 of those hours, and I get a deadhead back home. So I saw you said anywhere from 24 hours a day with NS and FRA in the United States. We can only work 12-hour shifts. Your home terminal is going to be where you're hire out of. So like Birmingham for me, or Irondale, Florence is in northwest Alabama. Wherever you apply at for that terminal, that's going to be your home terminal, where you'll go to every day when you're home. But wherever you'll go, catch your train whenever you're at home. That's just how NS works, though. Some companies may not have home terminals, but NS we do this. Wherever we're called out, that's where we go every time. I guess it depends on how many yards are floating around in your area. MFD, what's up, man? How are you? Good to see you. I saw your comment earlier, but I didn't have time to reply. I was cleaning my living room carpets. Floor, yeah, typically. Like I said, I'm not sure how DN or CP or CN works, but like right now, if I worked for NS, they would call me and I would report to Irondale. That was my home terminal. Just like going to work. Pull into the driveway or to the parking lot, get out, go inside, print your paperwork off on the computer, talk to the yard master, see where your train's at with your engineer, and go jump on the train and go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I bought a carpet cleaner because our kids, man, they just destroyed the carpet. So I broke down and bought one, and thankfully it works really well. The notification popped up with your comment, and I started reading it, and I want to sit down to reply back to it in a little bit because that was a good one. What? They want me to get out and connect the hose. Diesel shop's job. Yeah, that's yeah, that's true. We had one. We had one guy. His name's Mike Malone, and he's a hothead. And I was training, and what we were doing was kind of illegal. So we were rolling cars down a hill. We were switching the industry, so like it was a leg off the main line, and then of course it breaks off and comes up this hill, and there's a derail, of course. So he said, look, he said, throw this derail. He said, when this car rolls off, because it comes down the hill, then it rolls back up the hill. And what Mike did was we stopped. I tied down the handbrakes. He separated, so the rail car just sitting on the hill like this, and he pulls way up. And I can't remember the conductor's name. I think his name was Jeremy. He comes riding down the hill in this car. I've got the derail thrown and the switch thrown, and Mike says whenever he rolls by the switch, throw it back, and then the car's gonna stop, and then he's gonna roll back down and couple up. I said, okay, that's simple enough. We used to do this. We used to jerk cars by at my old job. So anyways, he comes down and he rolls up, and as the conductor's going by me, he's saying something to me and I couldn't hear him, but he's riding on the handbrake, so he's gonna stop the rail car. So I kind of walked like 10 feet away from the switch to hear what Jeremy had to say, and Mike is sitting on the back of the engine and he's screaming. He's like, get your F&A back on that switch and throw it before he starts rolling. And I looked at him and I was like, who do you think you're talking to? You know, in my head, I didn't say this. I just said, who do you think you're talking to? I said, okay, that's fine. I throw the switch back. Jeremy couples up to the car, lays the air hose and stuff. Mike couples back up to the cars, and we take off to the next industry. With the next industry, he held on to those cars we had. We only had like 10 rail cars. And I was coupling them up. And Mike always kept coffee on top of his console. I told Jeremy, I said, I'm going to get him back for that one, because I didn't take it personal, but I had to stand my ground. So I was counting them down, and I counted them really short. I'm like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, half, that'll do. And as soon as I said that'll do, he coupled up at about 3 miles an hour. And we laced the air hoses, cut the air back in, knocked the handbrakes off, walked up to the head end, and I walked in, and Mike said, all right, Cobb, you got me, we're fair. And I said, okay, that's fine. He spilled his coffee all on the floor. Oh man, that was crazy, priceless. Yeah, so you work 12 hours, your mandatory rest time is 10 hours. So that's the they cannot, you have to have 10 hours of uninterrupted sleep. So if they call you within that 10 hours, a lot of people don't know this, especially some new guys. If they call you in that 10 hours, you can tell them to reset your time. So you're supposed to have 10 hours of, uninterrupted sleep is what it is. How would you cross-brand railroad operations work? Oh goodness, I'm not even sure. I'm not sure about that one. You mean like how does CSX and NS work? Most of the time, like as far as seeing NS engines with CSX, it's just leased. All the engines are just leased, for the most part. Oh, I have no idea for us. That's our typical work, at least down here, is you get called. I would go to Birmingham, jump on a train, go to Chattanooga, get to Chattanooga, swap out with another crew, and then go to a hotel, sleep for 10 hours, wait for a phone call to come back to another train and take it back home to Birmingham, take the train home in Birmingham, get off the train, do my paperwork, my time, go home, 10 hours, repeat, over and over and over. Never stops. I guess this thing's done, huh? In real life, it'd take forever. Oh, okay, so, yes, so in Florence, we would travel from from Florence to Chattanooga. We actually had to cross in the CSX main line. So how that works is, whenever you get your your bulletins or your bulletins and your slow orders and stuff, you'll actually get your bulletins for the CSX track also. So you'll have your bulletins for NS, and then you'll have your bulletins for CSX, and you'll have they call it a Z number. And before you ever cross over to the CSX main line, you have to contact CSX dispatcher, give them your Z number, tell them where you're at, and he'll say, okay, great, gotcha, you're good to go. And he'll say probably along the lines of single indication, meaning whenever we come up to the CSX main line, we'll be sitting out stop signal, and whenever it turns clear, we're good to go. As far as that, and if you don't have those bulletins, you can't leave. So that's normally how it goes. If you have to cross over on another company's main line, you'll have their bulletins for their track, and you have to contact their dispatcher and let them know what's going on. DT, NS is all right. You have your good train masters, and you have your bad ones. Thankfully, I've dealt with mostly good ones. We had a few bad ones also, but it's really, people say that, but here's the thing: if you just go in there and do your job, and just try to stay out of sight, out of mind, you're still gonna have a few of them that bother you. But you have to remember, I preach CYA, cover your, you know what, and you know if that means recording phone calls from train masters. Um, I used to record phone calls. If they asked me to do something goofy, I would record them. They texted me something goofy, tell me to break a rule, I would screenshot it and save it. I would just do anything I had to cover my butt in case something hit the fan. But for the most part, I've dealt with nothing but good ones. Flora, yeah, but typically, as far as the rules, the rules for CSX and NS are typically pretty close to the same. The FRA laws are the same, but as far as company policy rules, we didn't go by CSX policy rules. We went by NS. But all we did was cross on their main line for like 20 miles, then we were off of it back on ours. It was just really, we just had to jump on their main line to get to where we were going. DT, it's a coin toss, man. NS is the lowest paid class 1. CSX pays more. You look at stocks, NS's stocks are way up. CSX's stocks are real low. But, CSX's shares have done really well for the past 5 years. NS has well, but I'll tell you this: NS's Squires, the CEO of NS, is a hell of a salesman. He's very good at it, and that's why the stocks are the way they are. And their little master plan back in 2018 sold a bunch of hedge fund. He sold this idea to a bunch of hedge funds and stockholders, and it worked. But I do see it tumbling back down pretty quick if they don't do something. But that's just hearsay. I'm no financial advisor by any means. What? Oh, I have to refuel the other one too? What do you want me to do? Refuel locomotive. One, second or third one, or what? Oh, I didn't turn the valve, did I? There we go. This is Train Sim World 2. It's on PS4, Xbox, and PC. You can get it on Steam if you're on PC. It's pretty good. I'm surprised with this one. A lot of the things that are on here are actually, cutting in the air valves and stuff like that. Actually, operating locomotive seems pretty legit for the few times that I get it to do it. Sit in the engineer's seat for further instructions. Okay. Let me up, we'll be good. What in the world is the problem here? I don't know if they have a route builder or not. See, I'm not real sure. No route builder in this one. I'd probably train SimWorld on PC. I think they got one in that. Look, man, I can't sit in the engineer's seat. It won't let me get up there. You know, it's funny. I was looking at Google search, and I look on there and do my research on what to make videos on. And one of the most asked questions is, "Do locomotives have bathrooms?" Yeah, Donald. The pay isn't much different, honestly. I mean, you're talking like what, $200 to $500 more a month? What is that? That's I never felt comfortable going to Chattanooga. Well, I can't say that. So when I worked in Sheffield, we actually had to build our trains in Chattanooga. When I worked for Birmingham, most of the time all we did was pull into the yard and swap out with somebody. And Chattanooga is a monster. It's intimidating as hell. It still scares me. If I was to go back right now, I would tell you I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at. I know where the thoroughfare is. I know where the hump is in the tower, and I know where the outbound train is. But as far as that, man, it's nuts. I would always take my time and get my map. Ask the engine, pick the engineer's brain. Florida, the farthest I was Chattanooga, and it was like, I don't know, maybe 250 miles or so, something like that. Yeah, Donald, that's right. That'll come with time. You'll know. You'll start to remember, or depending on the engineer, you'll start to understand which engineer kind of has an idea or what they're doing and how to keep the slack stretched out or bunched up whenever you're going down a hill. And you'll know. You'll start to learn. You know where you can pee at. Nick, I would. Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think I was switching rail cars like, I don't know, for 4 years prior to this. The switching part was good. As far as getting the road, track authorities and stuff, and understanding track authorities, it took me a couple months. It was more just I was copying what they were saying, but I didn't really fully grasp what they were saying. Like I knew like my limits were between here and here, but like, it's you start to pick up on the things like your track authorities were always the same for the most part, like from point A to point B, and you could almost predict what they were going to say, and that took, I don't know, probably 6 to 8 months, really, probably about 8 months. Florida BNSF, I think they travel a pretty good ways, especially from the west coast east, going from like California out to Arizona and stuff. How's a home time? You're out for a week at a time or just a day or two? DT, normally my turn. It all depends on turnaround time. So like Chattanooga for us was slow turnaround. What I mean by turnaround is, you're looking at 10 to 12 hours up there after you're called in your home terminal. Then finally you get to the hotel. You're gonna spend 10 hours in the hotel sleeping. And then you're waiting for a phone call. So it could be, you could wait 12 hours. You could wait 20 hours. I've been in the hotel for 36 hours before. I finally got called. But normally just a day or two, and then you're back home. For 10 to 16 hours, sometimes even a day if you're lucky. Um, and then you're back out again. Is it hard building a train? No, it's not hard. Just taking your time. Not getting in a hurry. Make sure you're in the right track. Make sure there's no blue flags. You know, handbrake's tied, stuff like that, and you're good. Hey Dan, appreciate it, man. I'm glad you find some type of value in it for sure. Start training for UP Train Crew Monday. That's awesome. Congrats. Way to start off the new year, 2022. I guess I need to start moving, huh? Ask me to move. Did. Yeah, Donald, see, that's good about being CTs. You can actually call, crew call, and be like, hey, I want to be on the next route. It also gives you the ability to work with different conductors, see how they work, stuff like that. Hello? Yeah, I remember. I didn't get it either when I was training. DT, so you'll get paid as a conductor for NS. I'm not sure how BN works. NS was, I believe it's 18 hours. Once you've been in a dorm for 18 hours. Yeah, 8. No, maybe it's 16 hours. Yeah, 16. Once you've been in the hotel for 16 hours, you start getting paid as a conductor. But you're only paid for 8 hours, so you're only going to get paid from 16 to 24, and then it stops. For engineers, it keeps going. It doesn't stop. Arizona work location could have someone work in Montana over a few. Flora, I don't know about that, but you could definitely temporarily transfer. I think Katie's home. Our conductor's in demand, Nick. Absolutely. We're in the biggest conductor shortage in a long time. I think typically we have anywhere between. Hang on, I'll tell you exactly. I posted on my Instagram. Typically we have around 150,000 conductors, and right now we're sitting around 120. So there's about there was a 33% cut in conductors. Uh-oh. Why do most people quit? Most people quit because of the home life, I would say. You know, it's hard on families. You gotta have you either gotta have one or two things. You gotta have a really weird home life, or you're single, or three things. Either a weird home life, you're single with no kids, or your wife or spouse or whoever can put up with it. Yeah. Uh-oh, someone's ill. Logan. Someone's very, very upset. Uh-oh. Hang on. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, thank you. Thank you, Michael. Um, uh-oh. Let me re-say that again. The most expensive train, probably a coal train for me, just because I don't know what's inside the containers. So you're hauling 40 million pounds of coal, so whatever coal was at the time of hauling it, that's a lot. It may have took the game sound off too. Yeah, it didn't. I unplugged my headphones and swapped it to Wi-Fi mode and knocked it off. There we go. Which railroad pays the most money? I think it's going to be a toss-up between BNSF and probably BNSF and C anybody on the national agreement. If natural immunity was answered, yeah, I think they're still going to try and make you take it. Honestly, that's just because of how the railroad is. Any tips of first week of class/training other than show up on time? Um, really, it kind of goes without saying. Just go in, just willing to learn. Pay attention to what they have to say. None of it's hard. It's all pretty easy, and it's always weird because you got to fill out your instructors and see how they are. And I think your first week of training, you go over your basic. I think you go over lacing air hoses, tying down handbrakes with a brake stick, and climb up and down ladders. You do your hang test, and you get your books and stuff like that. It's all pretty easy. Very intimidating though. Um, I wonder if they still put you in a hotel with another person, with COVID being the way it is. Hey Tyler, congrats man, that's awesome. 10th. Yeah, I'm glad you found some value in them for sure. That's good. Yeah. Oh, you get the room to yourself. That's all. See, when I went, I had a room with uh one of the students. His name is Raphael. I'm still friends with him today though. That's good though. So you can study and do everything you want. The biggest problem with me and Raphael was I live in Bama where it's hot and we keep it like 70 degrees. Air conditioner 70, 68 to 70. He was from up north in Ohio and he'd keep it around 75 to 78. And man, it was hot when he was in there. It was hot and hot. 4 p.m. Oh, so they're doing shifts now. You got 8 to 3, then from 4 to 10, I guess. 4 to 11. Yeah, Mike, no problem, man. I think that's right. I know it's BNSF is like one of the most highest paid railroads there is. What do they want me to do here? We're the last day shift only. Wow. Wonder why that is. That's so strange. Must be having maybe engineers training. 200 in the next group. That's not. I hope they don't send me back to school if they call me. Not that I don't. I enjoy school, but um, hearing what y'all are having to go through and 200 people. Oh my goodness. We had like I think we started with like 50 or 60 and 40 something end up passing. Oh, I have no idea about BNSF. I never even went to an interview for them. Nah, Nick, no. I don't think so. No, I highly doubt it. If they're anything like transportation guys, when they get their 2 days off, they're off. They don't think about work. They just do away with it. Think about something else. Birmingham. So you're coming to Birmingham to train, Donald? Or is Birmingham gonna be your home terminal? Two weeks training in Georgia, 2 weeks at your yard, and 1 week at a regional yard. So I guess is Birmingham considered their regional, or I guess a regional yard? It's big. I don't know if it feels regional though. I mean, you have people from the 3B, from the NA, and from the AGS, and then from the East End. I mean, there's a bunch of people coming in. What do you want me to do? I'm sitting right here on it. Ah, I gotcha. Wow, see, you need to go train in Chattanooga, man. That yard is nuts. Yeah, that yard is insane. I used to have a map of it. I wish I could find it. I'd send it to you. Hey, Kyle. Still waiting for a start down for Sheffield. Starting to get concerned. Been waiting since June. Yeah, so kind of what we just heard, the next class is 200. So, it'll happen. You know, what I wish they would do is let y'all just go to the yard and start training. But hopefully it'll happen pretty soon. UPs took 2 months. It's a lot faster than NS, I can tell you that. Florida, no. So, what a lot of people do is, on the road you don't have lunch breaks, so you eat while you're rolling. As far as for local, they call it minutes, taking your minutes. You can take your minutes whenever you want to, but what a lot of people do is, they try to hurry up and get done and leave, because if you get done and you get done with your job in 3 to 4 hours, you can leave. You get paid for 6, or yeah, you get paid for 6 hours. And you know, a lot of people are trying to get done in that 8-hour time mark and go home because they make the same. 2 months for BN. That's still a lot faster. So where are you traveling from, Chat? Don? Are you going from like Chat to? Gosh, I guess you go up. Would you go to Carolinas or Kentucky? Might go to Atlanta. But you go to Atlanta. J Brad, what's up, man? Yeah, Gary Power from shop. I've done that a few times. And the forwarding yard's always fun. Depending on how you come out, I guess you would come out of the shop and then you go down the thoroughfare. You gotta throw that switch right, and you drop down off that hill and you go right to the forwarding yard or the outbound train. Next Monday, 4 p.m. Nice. You start in McDonough too, right, J. Brown? Daneville, Kentucky. I never seen Daneville's yard. Oh yeah, over the bridge. I've been over the bridge. Yep. Kinda cool though, they're gonna train y'all RCO. See, that wasn't available to me. I actually had to apply for that job, and then they would train me. No, man, that's a pretty good way. It's 220 miles from Sheffield to Memphis. Would start at the 401. It would end at the 545. 145 miles. Hiring sessions for conductors, Nick. They'll if when you apply. Well, see, I don't even think they have hiring sessions anymore because of COVID. I think what they do is they just interview you over the computer. That's why a lot of people have been telling me they just have these Zoom calls and you interview that way. So our hiring session had like 150. All the ones I went to over the years, they'd have like 100 plus people in there. Yeah, Florida. No, there's nothing scary about the railroad, man. It's gonna be gone a lot, and you're gonna eat, sleep, ride, or walk, whichever one, and then repeat. Get home, eat, sleep some more, repeat. All by computer now. Yeah. See, things have really, really changed. Yeah, that's true. That's why I made the decision to go ahead and apply now, just to see what they say. Let's see what NS says. Am I done? Ooh. Talking to my friends. What are you doing? Streaming. What are you doing? Huh? Oh yeah? You get a bicycle? You learn how to ride it? Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. That kid's crazy. Uh. No, Kyle, man. Well, Kyle, it depends on what train you're on. So typically, I would say 8 to 10 hours is normal for Memphis. But if you catch like, what was the trains? 220. No, y'all don't have 220, 219. Y'all have 224 in, 23 in. You got 265, 264, and 201. 201. No, it's not 201. It's 201. Is it train 200? Anyways, your pig trains is how you get to Memphis and home from Memphis the quickest. They originate in Rossville Yard. 265 originates in BN. You'll swap out at Neptune Street, take off, and it's the fastest I've ever gotten home from Rossville was just under 4 hours, and I was with a engineer that knew how to run that train very well. But yeah, the yard is 401 letter A, and you'll leave from there. You'll hit 2 tracks. You'll go back to single track, and then you'll take off and go northwest, really west, more north. Memphis West was my route. I got in the pull turn on the west end pull turn. That's what I loved the most. I hated going to Chattanooga. Hate it. Yeah, there's not much of a full, yeah, it'd be full commitment to the company for sure. Um, I mean, on the extra board, you get 2 days off with NS every 6 days. So I mean that's okay. So I mean there's ways you can go about getting days off too. I don't know how sharpshooting is. I'm pretty sure sharpshooting is frowned upon nowadays, but there's ways you can get off if you need to. No. Whoa. What are you doing, boy? Yeah, ball. Let me see your eye. Where's your eye? Ew. Oh, you get some drops in your eye. You got pink eye. What you want to get up here? No. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Before. Yeah, that's right. Um. Oh, nice. I figured CSX would give me a call. From what I understand, they're hiring like crazy in Birmingham. So I'm pretty sure they'll probably call me. I would think pretty soon. What is it, buddy? Yeah, Kyle. It's yeah, definitely more scenic for sure. Climbing that mountain is something else, and coming down it's something else also. But I mean, I just hate going to the dorm, man. Whenever you go to Chattanooga, be sure and bring your own pillow, cause it's horrible. The rooms are horrible. Yeah, MFDS, right? I got my helper with me right here. Ill, ill, sick. Me and him both are kind of sick. What? I don't know if y'all can see his eye, but he's got pink eye in his right eye. And it's like he got punched by Mike Tyson. HU after named after your location. Oh, I see what you're saying. Think of those 2 days off as 48 hours. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Donald, and that's how it always works too, because you know you'll go on your YO days, and you'll be last out, right? Whenever you type, you'll be last out, and you'll hit your rest. But you know as you go up to the board, if you don't have somebody that's in your group ahead of you that's on rest days, you're gonna be first out whenever that 3 a.m. comes out, and you best believe you're gonna be called probably right at 301, 302. I used to sharpshoot a lot though. If I really needed it off, I would. I'm pretty sure that's frowned upon now though. Nice. Maybe you'll get lucky and you'll catch a day job. Keep you from working overnight. Oh yeah, yeah. We have some, and he hates them. He hates them. You freak out. You wanna get some medicine in your eye? Huh? Want to go take some medicine? Oh. What is it? You sleepy? I can tell you don't feel good. How do you sharpshoot? So, uh, what you do is whenever you're about to get called out, um, you know, let's say you're fourth out, or you just want the day off and you're scared you're gonna get called in. You can look at the trains that's been called. So let's say you look at your pull turns, right? So all your conductors and engineers on your pull turns are completely called up or they're on rest, and there's nobody for them to call. So you know they're going to call a conductor. So you look at your temporary vacancies, and they'll say like train 265 is going to say conductor is going to have a V for vacation. So whenever that train gets called 265, they're going to call a conductor from the extra board. When they call that conductor to the extra board and they depart, I would call crew call and say, hey, I want to claim that job. And what it would do is, it would roll that conductor that's on it, right? Whenever I claimed it. But he can't get rolled until he gets back home. So whenever he got back home, whenever he went to do his time and go back home, it would say, hey, you've been rolled off this job, then I would go to it, right? So whenever I would be held to that job, the conductor typically that was on vacation or marked off sick would come back to work and then roll me off that job, and I'd go back to the bottom of the board. So I'd actually get like 3 days off most of the time. It seems confusing. You'll understand it once you see mainframe, and you'll understand how pull turns and how to claim temporary vacancies and vacations and stuff. But I think it's frowned upon. I heard I think it was like 2019, 2020 that they were actually offering start letters to people who were sharpshooting too often. I wish I had access to mainframe. I could show y'all exactly how to sharpshoot. What, buddy? Wanna get down? Wanna get down? No? Floor, I play military sim games like Escape from Tarkov and you know, first-person shooter games, but that doesn't really correlate with my channel, so I just don't ever play them. Yeah, I don't know if that's true though. So I would definitely ask around about sharpshooting. It's really bad to do, honestly. It looks bad, but at the same time, it was one of those deals where I wasn't going to go to work. Like for instance, this year NS worked on Christmas. They didn't shut down. I would have sharpshooted my way right out of it, or just marked off sick. I had an old head engineer tell me, named Mike Myhan. He's worked for NS for 42 years. He hired in at 18 years old as an engineer, and he pretty much told me, he said, if you got something sick, go do what you gotta do. What are you doing? So you applied September Conway. Oh, that felt good, didn't it? I got called back on 12/20. I got called on a deadhead when I showed up at washroom. The CO told me to put my stuff on with another crew that was there. Oh yeah, see that was a big no-no too. Yeah, going on deadheads. Wait, was you deadheading back home, or was you deadheading to? You should be deadheading back home or to Kentucky. Good, Donald. Good. I know when y'all's yard masters up there. He was actually my instructor in class. Why? Can y'all hear me now? I think y'all can still hear me. Oh, to Daneville, okay. Logan from smacking my headset. I don't know what he's doing. Deadhead's just a van ride for us. Just like if you're at home and they need a crew out of town, saying like for me it'd be in Meridian. If they don't have a crew in Meridian rested or ready to go, they can call a crew and deadhead them down there to get on a train and bring it back home. Or just deadhead you down there and have you rested to be ready for any trains that's to come in the next 12 to 14 hours or so. Why are you picking your nose? Quit that. Hey. Now you're doing it on purpose. Quit that. That's nasty. Quit that. That's nasty. Quit that. That's nasty. Wanna get down? Wanna get down? Yeah. You wanna get down? Yep. Ugh. Let me see your ball. Throw it. Throw it. Hey. Kid's 2 years old and he's got an arm. Yeah, Don, it was frowned upon with me, even when I was conductor training. No, sharpshooting. Sharpshooting is just it's just a way to get off. You just claim a job that's a vacancy that hasn't been claimed as soon as the job leaves. It's a really frowned upon thing to do, but at the same time, if I've got something to do, I'm gonna find a way to get off because they don't care. I hate to say it, but they don't care. When I'm just sitting here, I guess I could be doing something, huh? I get caught up in talking and forget. Yeah, see, Don, when I first started, there was a crew from Atlanta. Went from Atlanta to Chattanooga, and it was like a hot shot train. It was real hot, and I don't think there was any crews rested in Chattanooga for our train. So what they did was they got a road foreman, and they made the crew from Atlanta go from from Chattanooga to Sheffield. So they crossed over on our territory that they wasn't qualified on, and the way Sheffield guys took it is they took money out of the pockets from one of our crews in Chattanooga that wasn't rested, and they had a sick out. It was the first week I started. I rolled up to the yard, and there was nobody there. Nobody, nothing was moving. And so I walk up to the tower, and I talked to the yard master. His name's Jeremy Utley. I was like, Jeremy, I was like, where's everybody at? And he's like, you can go on home, man. There ain't nobody here today. Like, okay. And then I come to find out, I found out what happened. Hot shot train floor is just an important train, that 18 wheelers full of gifts and food and goods, and a train that needs to get from point A to point B really quickly. We call it hot shots. What's vacation, sick time, PTO time? Like, oh man, I'm not sure. Sick time, you just mark off sick when you need to. Um, I don't know how many days. I think there's a policy now. See, it used to be there wasn't a policy; you just marked off sick. But now I think it's you can't miss. You can't miss on the same day. I think is it 6 weeks in a row or 8 weeks? Like if you mark off on a Saturday, you can't mark off on a Saturday for 8 weeks. So I guess the best way to look at that is you can mark off 7 times in 8 weeks or however long it is. Oh, boom, boom. Oh. One thing, I guess I'm gonna have to get off here and go take care of these kids. Logan is not happy. And I gotta put eye drops back in his eye. I did go in here and stream for a little bit. I might even stream tomorrow a lot. I don't go back to work until Saturday night on the 8th. I still got 7 days off, 7.5 days off. Be creating content and trying to stream when I can. Wow, it's dark. Yeah, Don, that's right. So yeah, if you sharpshoot or you mark off sick, yeah, you forfeit guarantee. Yeah, for that week. Floor, it all depends. Really depends on time of year. It depends on how many people's on your extra board. Like when I first started in Sheffield, our turnaround time was like every 12 hours, 12 to 14 hours you were getting called. Then right there at the end in Birmingham, I was only taking 1 to 2 trips every 2 weeks. I was thinking one trip a week. I was drawing guarantee. Now, Logan is not happy. I don't think y'all can hear him screaming, but he is mad. I'm gonna jump off here. I'll be back on here tomorrow probably because I'm not gonna be doing anything. Probably cleaning the rest of my house with a carpet cleaner. I might jump on here for a couple hours and see what y'all got going on. Other than that, thank you guys for stopping by and talking, hanging out with me. I'll be back. I'll tell y'all this too. Look, I hired another guy on insurance is good, DT. Definitely be in. I don't know how much it is. And yes, it was like 190 to 60 something every month. That was for you and your wife and 9 kids. And it was the same. So you and your wife and 1 kid, 260, you and your wife and 9 kids. Yeah. See you, Jay. MFD, have a good night, man. Thank you guys for stopping by. Have a good, great new year. If I don't talk to you tomorrow or sometime this week, if y'all can't stop by, I know we all have lives. We got stuff to do. Yeah, Bill, no problem, man. Y'all thank y'all for stopping by. And like I said, I'll be back on here tomorrow sometime. I'm sure I'll just be kicking around sick, trying to stay inside. So anyways, y'all be safe, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good one.